another tutorial about perfect tenses in English. So we are going to study today about all the perfect tenses, present perfect, past perfect, future perfect. So let's move on to the objective of these subjects. First is learn how to use the perfect tenses in English. That is the first objective. The second objective is put on practice the different skills learned on this subject. After this video, you're going to have a little test. Remember, this is don't take it as a test, take it as a practice. And the third objective is get prepared for the speaking practice at a classroom. So in a classroom, we're going to practice a lot to put this knowledge on practice, okay? All these perfect tenses on practice. So we are going to move to how to create perfect tenses. First we have to conjugate the subject, which could be I, you, he, she, we, they. The verb have, which is an auxiliary. This verb have is an auxiliary, and the next verb have to be in past participle. For example, this is the past participle of do. Made is the past participle of make. Created is the past participle of create, and spoken is the past participle of speak. So here is the conjugation: present perfect, I have, you have, he has. Why has? Because we are in the present, and remember that when we are using present tenses, he, she, and it, right? We need to use the plural. So the plural of have is has. So he has, she has, it has. We have, they have. In the past perfect is easier because it's I had, you had, he had, she had, it had, we had, they had. Everything is had. And in the future is even more less complicated or easier, sorry. So right here we have I will have. So will have is my auxiliary for make the future perfect. You will have, he will have, she will have, we will have, they will have. Okay, all of them will have. The only variation is here in the present because we need to change the verb when we are using the third person. So moving on to the present perfect, how we use present perfect. So we use present perfect when we are talking about an action that is has a connection with the past. It's an action in the present that has a connection with another action or the same action in the past. We use this more for experience, moments, things that we lived in the past. Okay, so right here we have a sentence: my father has worked at Cinsa. Right, my father has worked at Cinsa. And in this moment I'm going to change a little bit to Spanish because I want to make you clear about how to use present perfect. So usamos el presente perfecto para hablar de una situación o acción en el presente que tiene conexión con una experiencia vivida en el pasado. Usamos presente perfecto más para experiencias, es decir, nosotros ya vivimos esto, ya hicimos esto. Por ejemplo, el ver una película o el haber trabajado, como dice en esta oración, el haber trabajado. Mi padre ha trabajado en Cinsa. O sea, en este momento, esa acción de trabajar tiene una relación en el presente porque es una experiencia. Y recuerden que las experiencias siempre están con nosotros. Now I'm going to change to English. I don't want to make you crazy, but it's necessary. So the next sentence is you have gone. You see, here is the verb in past participle. Gone is the past participle of go. So you have gone to Mexico before. Right? You have gone to Mexico before. Tú has ido a México anteriormente. Entonces, lo que estoy diciendo es que esa experiencia de ir a México anteriormente tiene una conexión ahorita en el presente. Sea porque estamos tocando el tema o porque tú me lo quieras contar, pero hay una conexión en la línea de tiempo entre esa experiencia pasada y lo que estamos tomando o lo que estamos hablando ahorita. Past perfect. When we use the past perfect, we use the past perfect for talking about the connection of an event in the past with another event in the past, right? So this event is happening, but it's connected with another event or other experience in a previous past. Okay, we are talking about the experience story of a previous past. Okay, we have here the conjugation. You see, once again, I had, you had, he had, she had, it had, we had, they had. We have this sentence. My father had worked at Cinza. My father had worked at Cinza. Mi padre había trabajado en Cinza. Si ven, había es el pasado. Entonces usamos el pasado perfecto para hablar de un suceso que tiene una conexión con otro suceso en un pasado previo. O sea, por ejemplo, este es un suceso, en esta línea de tiempo aquí tenemos un suceso, pero que ocurrió, pero está conectado con un suceso previo que ocurrió con anterioridad, con una anticipación a este pasado. Es como decir, lo usamos para decir cosas en un pasado anterior, ¿ok? Por ejemplo, esta siguiente oración es muy buena para este ejemplo. You had gone to Mexico in 2015 and then you tripped back in 2018. You had gone to Mexico in 2015 and then you tripped back in 2018. O sea, dice, tú habías viajado a México en el 2015 y después viajaste nuevamente o viajaste de nuevo en el 2018. Estos 2 años son el pasado, estamos en el 2019. Pero ¿qué quiero decir? Que la experiencia de viajar ya la había experimentado esta persona en el 2015 y la volvió a experimentar en el 2018, ¿ok? Entonces, este año es un pasado, este es el año pasado, ¿verdad? Pero este es un pasado anterior y yo lo que estoy haciendo es conectar estas dos acciones, ¿verdad? Usando el pasado perfecto, ¿ok? Entonces, you had gone to Mexico in 2015 and then you tripped back in 2018, ¿ok? Entonces, así es como usamos el pasado perfecto, ¿ok? Nuevamente, una acción que ocurrió en un pasado anterior, con anterioridad, ¿ok? Y queremos linkearla con otra acción que pasó o que ocurrió en un pasado tal vez un poco más cercano. Future perfect. Okay, when we use the future perfect, we use the future perfect in the future, by the way, but what we want to say is that action, we have completed that action in the future. That action will be finished, right, in the future. Okay, in the future. So once again, we have the auxiliary or helper, will have. Okay, always we have to use will have. So for example, say my father will have worked. You see, this is the verb in past participle. My father will have worked at Cinza. So mi padre habrá trabajado, right? Habrá trabajado en Cinza. Tal vez para el próximo año o en 5 años él ya habrá hecho eso. Entonces usamos el futuro perfecto para hablar de una acción que en este futuro ya va a haber terminado con anterioridad. No quiero decir que la voy a hacer ni que la voy a estar haciendo, sino que ya la habré terminado y ya no va a continuar, ahí terminó. ¿Okay? Entonces es en el futuro, pero la habré terminado con anterioridad. ¿Okay? En ese futuro. ¿Okay? Perfecto. So, for example, this is a better sentence. You will have gone to Mexico by December next year. You will have gone to Mexico by December next year. Tú habrás ido a México. Y escuchen bien, habrás ido a México para diciembre del próximo año. O sea, esa acción de ir ya va a haber terminado en este mes de diciembre del próximo año. Yo ya habré completado, o esa persona ya habrá completado, ¿verdad?, la acción de ir a México en el futuro. Entonces, para eso usamos el futuro perfecto. That is how we use the future perfect. And sorry that I am changing from Spanish to English, because I know that sometimes it's kind of complicated to understand these tense. For me, it was kind of complicated when I was trying to learn this tense. So let's move on. Now here we have all the perfect tenses, and I want you to see the variations on these sentences. The first one says, my father has worked at Cinza, right? Is the present perfect. My father has worked at Cinza. You have gone to Mexico before. But look here. My father had, you see, it's not has. I am changing my auxiliary. Had worked, okay? But my verb, okay, my main verb will stay in past participle, okay? So you had gone to Mexico in 2014 and then you trip back in 2018. You see, I'm just changing my auxiliaries, because always this verb that is next to the auxiliary will be in past participle, okay? Always. So for the future, my father will have worked at Cinza. My father will have worked at Cinza, right? And then you will have gone to Mexico by December next year. This is the future perfect. So what I want you to see is that once again, if you master your verbs, you master your tense, because the only thing that I changed here was the auxiliary, because the next verb, it doesn't matter who verb could be, always going to be in past participle. Another example right here, little example we have with perfect tenses. I have slept all day, present perfect. You see, I have slept. Slept is the past participle of sleep. I had slept all day. You see, that is in the past, right? Yo había dormido todo el día, right? Yo había dormido. Aquí es yo he dormido todo el día. Aquí es yo había dormido, right? Todo el día. I had slept. And I will have slept all day. Yo habré dormido todo el día. So once again, the only thing that I'm changing is this, because this verb always going to be in past participle. Okay, guys. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you could enjoy and learn a little bit. Remember, if you have more questions, you can ask me those questions in the classroom, and we are going to try to get everything clear for you guys. We are trying to do a great effort. Enjoy this video and see you the next time with another video or another content about grammar or English grammar for intermediate course. Thank you so much, and bye bye.